President just wrapped up, or is continuing to. I know some of the pool just left, but the president is currently hosting an opioid and drug abuse listening session. Senior administration officials, governors, experts in the psychology of drug addiction, recovery awareness advocates, and others who've been affected by the opioid crisis. Drug abuse has crippled communities across this nation. In 2015, more than 52,000 Americans, that's 144 people a day, died from a drug overdose, with 63% involving an opioid, according to the CDC. Drug overdoses are now the leading cause of accidental death in our country. As the president discussed with the group this morning, we won't be able to address this epidemic with a single solution. First, we must get struggling Americans the help that they need. Too many families have seen firsthand the destruction that drug abuse can bring, and we must also focus prevention on law and enforcement. Cheap heroin is flooding into our communities as drug cartels expand into the country, setting off a chain reaction of addiction that spreads from person to person and from family to family. President Trump has already taken executive action to strengthen law enforcement and dismantle criminal cartels. He and his team will continue to discuss how best to root out this threat to American communities with drug enforcement experts as we continue this fight. Stopping this epidemic is an issue that every American, regardless of your political background, can and must get behind. We must work together, from the leaders of the most local and community recovery and support programs, all the way to the White House, to solve this problem. The White House took a big first step this morning in our battle to combat drug addiction and the opioid crisis by meeting with these individuals, which included New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, who has been a leader in this issue, Attorney General Sessions, Education Secretary DeVos, Veterans Administration Secretary Shulkin, Homeland Security Secretary Kelly, and others were in attendance. A full list of participants has been provided. I will say the pool was just in there. It is some of the stories from some of the individuals who have been involved in this with a family member are unbelievably compelling. Their desire to see and to work with the administration to get this problem addressed is one that is plaguing communities, and I know the president places it at the highest priority. There was a mention by the acting administrator of the DEA that they have a program where twice a year they gather unwanted drugs. Last year they gathered over 1 million pounds of unwanted drugs. There's 5,000 sites in which people across America can drop off stuff in their medicine cabinet that is no longer used to get it out of their house. The next drop-off will be on April 29th, and I think the DEA will be putting out more information. But when you see some of the action that was taking place in this report, it is truly a call to arms for